And with the way she's blown up, I vote no gutting.
Yeah, we're not.
This is how Pat abused Herman, making him carry down his elk down this steep mountain. Got to hang on to trees. No compassion for aged. None whatsoever. Just making him do all the work. Pat should be ashamed of himself. Yes, he should.
This is Jim Ward. He's bringing down a bag of meat. Elk that Pat shot. Trig and Pat went up the hillside. We're going down. We're old guys. We can't go up the hill, so we're going down, and they're going to have to come back and get us at the trailhead. This is Heartbreak Hill. My heart's about to break right now.
I'm telling you.
What do you think about it, Jim?
It's heartbreak something.
It is steep.
Okay, we got it. We're getting you loud and clear here. We're about, I'd say, halfway up this mountain.
Are we halfway?
I think. I'm not sure. It sounds good if I said it's halfway. Herman's.
I think you're just trying to encourage me, Jim.
Herman's catching his breath, getting the air in his lungs, and we're going to start climbing some more here in a few minutes.
Okay, it's Wednesday morning. I'm standing on the west side of Long Canyon, looking down into the various creeks. And we had a lot of action this morning. We had a whole herd of elk come out of Willow Creek, cross over this flat area, up onto that little area that we're calling the Razorbacks, where the rocks are, and then went down into these white aspens. Flying Rhino and Daryl were able to get some shots at him. I radioed for Jim, Diamond Jim, who was to the south. He hurried down to this area and was able to get a shot because Mark and Daryl had ran them back, headed in this direction where they came from. When Jim shot, they went back in to the to this draw here and then funneled out over the top over towards UC, which is down in this area. So right now, I'm sure you probably can't see them, but there are two orange dots down there trying to climb the side of the mountain. And then Diamond Jim is climbing up from this side all up towards this top area. At first I didn't think there was an elk down, but then I saw something rolling up in that pine thicket up there, and I'm 99% sure it was an elk that had been hit. So hopefully very shortly we'll have confirmation on whether or not we have an elk down or not. It's been a fun morning.
Elk Hunt 2014, October, what's today? 22nd?
Can't breathe.
22nd.
I still can't breathe. All I heard was Mark had a machine gun, and he was shooting and shooting. I couldn't see any elk. And then I saw 4 cross, and then I heard Jim shoot twice. He turned them around, and they came back, and I had a glimpse at them. Took a shot. I'm guessing it was 300 plus. And I was for sure that I missed until Trig said, I see an elk rolling down the hill. And then we climbed, isn't it 14 miles to the bottom from here?
We were down there at the bottom of the valley, and you should be able to see a bunch of pine trees just going up the other side of the canyon. And Daryl was hiding out underneath one of those pine trees. So we had to climb this canyon to get up to the elk.
And I'm glad Herman, the elk master's here, because I have no idea what to do with an elk that's wrapped around an aspen tree 14 miles from the bottom of the valley.
We're going to cut the aspen tree and give it to us.
The aspen tree is Daryl's, and then the elk is distributed across everyone
No,
else.
if it hadn't been for this aspen tree, it'd gone way over
They'd
there.
have gone a lot further down the hill.
Okay, I'll have to get in here. I want to get a little video.
Okay.
We came way down from there, and we walked up a steep hill. When I was walking up this steep hill,
I do believe it's a mountain.
I'm going to show you what I ran into.
When did it become a hill?
Came up this steep hill, and I ran into some guys up here.
Oh, sorry.
They had laid an elk down beside an aspen tree. How many shots do you suppose were fired this morning?
Or for me?
I mean, we're going to add them all up. Jim fired 2.
Jim fired 2.
Mark?
I'm still counting. Have Daryl, how many did you
1.
Daryl's just shot once, so that's
All
3.
I can say is, when I was coming out from where I was set up, I almost fell on all the casings.
Do you have any bullets left?
Yes, I have more bullets.
All right, big nice cow we've got to get down. She's on an awful steep slope. I don't know what this grade would be, but it is steep. And so we've got to get it out. Daryl Ashby is claiming it. Jim got a shot at a... Did you shoot at the same one or 2 different ones?
I don't know. There was 4 though that come around there, and I
There's
shot.
a whole herd that came through. There's about 20 of them, it'll look like, from... They came in, and then they showed up in these aspens over here, and they moved their way this way, where Daryl shot his, and then after Daryl and Jim shot, they turned around, and they went back from where they came, and they ended up going over the canyon to UC.
Sure, buddy. Congratulations.
All right, congratulations. There was enough lead pumped in here. We ought to find some more dead ones
It's
around.
like Swiss cheese mountain now. There's so many holes in it from my shooting.
Okay, we got to bone this thing out and take them up to those pine trees up there. I say we. They have to do that.
You and a mouse in your pocket?
The elk. We are on the side of the mountain with Daryl's elk. We are trucking it up. We can take it up one bag at a time, and I will show you the way out. So here we go. Bunch of comedians. Yep. You won't be laughing when you guys take a bag up there.
I know, that's for sure.
I've already told them.
Alley-oop.
Taking one up there.
I know it. You're the smart one of the group. All right, here we go. This is where Daryl shot it. And it rolled down the side of the canyon about 50 yards. But we got about another 100 yards to go. Straight up. We're headed up to the ridge, and then we're going to follow the ridge all the way up to the top. They call it Razorback Ridge. I told Daryl, you got to be in shape, and this is why. You can see we're probably pretty close to the top of the canyon based on where we're at. If you look across the canyon, the ravine. Okay, catching my breath. Flying Rhino, copy.
Okay, we're probably a quarter of a mile from you, give or take.
Head towards Razorback. I've been coming up the ridge to get up to the top.
Copy that.
All right, made it up. Comes Pat and Trig, bringing the packs. We got another mile hike to get it out of here. Daryl's gonna love this. My third trip, man, I'm spent.
Is it your third one up there?
Yeah.
We just jumped an elk back there.
Oh, you did?
Less than a third of a mile. I'm wondering if it's wounded. Not beyond the realm of possibility.
I lobbed some lead. Made it to the top. It's from here. It's another like 100 yards up the mountain. Another what? Half mile out. Mile out. What?
8/10.
8/10 of a mile out. Yeah. So we're gonna load up Daryl and let him do the bulk of the work since.
This is Bob McKinney. He's glassing Deep Canyon and UC. We're up high. We're up at the top. I'm gonna just pan around and show you what we are watching. We're looking at the mouth of UC. The rock's right in the middle of the frame where elk came last year. Our Q's killed one, came down by that, and came on down pretty close to where you see the aspens out there, and came on through, and he shot it. The next day I shot one, maybe 100 yards or so on further down, and then off of this one Pat Wiley shot one last year where you see the aspens without any leaves. It was down about that level, maybe a little higher, and he shot it. It was in these aspens and pines down here. Rough territory. What do you want to get, Bob? I said, what do you want to get?
A nice spike.
All right, Bob killed a nice spike here. We're going to go on up and get him. We'll take some video there.
They're about, what, 60, 70 yards?
Oh, no.
More than that? I don't know. I'm
That's,
too excited. I can't even tell you right now.
That's probably, I don't know. I'd have to check it later, but it's more than that.
He's got bubbles coming out of the blood, so it was a lung shot. And he just piled up and dropped when I hit him. 30-06, 180 grain trophy copper by Federal did the job. And of course the trail boss got me to the right place at the right time, and it is about 6 o'clock in the evening. This is the first elk and very possibly the last elk that I will ever kill in Colorado, and I am greatly appreciative of all my buddies and the hunt. I'm just tickled to death.
Tell me about your day. What did you see earlier?
Earlier we came down here and stepped into the middle of a firefight because there were about 20 cows up on that ridge, which I never saw, but a bull broke away. So I went down to UC and went up into UC about halfway up the mountain on this side of the creek, and a very large bull. I couldn't, his rack was smaller than his body. Was up there, I'm gonna say probably about, I don't know, 12 o'clock. And he was way out. He was way out. He was 800, 900 yards out. And old Bessie here can't reach that far.
Yeah.
So he started coming down, and I picked out some ranges, 350, 400, and then he broke back up into the canyon, and I thought, oh no, not again. So I broke in on the side of the mountain, running on the side of the mountain, probably about a 35, 40 degree angle, and I got over into the dark timber, and he evaded me. So I was coming down afterwards, and met my buddy Herman down at the trailhead. We came up here, and this has been a pretty good spot today. I'm tickled to death. This is a spot that Jim and I were at a couple of years ago too, when Mark went up and almost got stampeded. I don't know what else to say.
All right.
I got the wheel. There's 2 of them. 3 of them. See them all?
Yeah.
We just pulled out of camp, and these little jokers crossed the road in front of us. I don't know if this is showing up, but you can see the mountains way in the background, and you can see the clouds here and this low-hanging haze in front of it. Now, it just sleeted here. I don't know, an hour ago. It was sleeting pretty good on us, but I just thought that was neat, the way that was showing up. Wanted to shoot a video of it. Hopefully it did it justice.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.